and main branch push. So basically everything we've done in the past alphas.
Oh, hello. Nice to see you again. I was just catching up on some of my favorite media. This week on Hoyt's Points is another tier list. I'll be talking to AK Venom, who you might know from Reddit as Magician. Unsurprisingly, he holds the top board for Cowwiener Calico, the Wild West character. I'll be talking to him to find out what kind of buying decisions will get you to the top of the board, but first I'm going to watch his videos to see if I can get my revolver skills up to snuff.
What's P wet?
Oh, that's not it.
It's as good as gravy.
Oh, this is definitely not it. Oh, hang on, there's something with the remote. Hang on. Okay, I think I fixed it. Well, that's closer. Still not it, though. Alright, here we go. Look at him go. He doesn't even aim. Just bang, bang. You know what? Hang on. I gotta try this. Can I eat the burgers with cheese? Yeah, there we go. Bang. Bang. No? Hang on, what's... Bang? Oh, don't do that. Oh, alright, I think I got it this time. Alright, I'm here with AK Venom. AK Venom, how are you today?
Doing pretty good. How about you, sir?
I'm doing just great. Ready to talk about the funny hot dog game. Let's start out with the first question. How many Steam hours do you have on H3VR?
I have over 1,000, and if you just give me a moment, if Steam wants to cooperate, I can give you that exact number here.
I'd love an exact number.
Alright, we're at 1,058 hours.
1,058. That's the highest so far of anybody that I've interviewed. And today we're talking about Cowwiener Calico. You're at the top of the Calico board, I think both in Hallways and Northeast Dakota.
That is correct.
What do you like about Cowwiener Calico?
What I like the most about Cowwiener Calico is the challenge that is, when it comes to as far as handling the weapons. There's a lot of manipulation involved with the weapons. It's not like with some of the, well, I mean, you get the semi-auto pistols at some point, but it's not like with the modern rifles where you just slap in a new magazine, pull a charging handle, and yeah, there's some guns that have the same concept, but you're reloading and having to do more manipulations with them a lot. And with Calico, it's very speed and accuracy heavy. It's that kind of challenge. That's why I love it.
Yeah, I think out of all of the time period characters, I think out of any of the characters, it's the most technical as far as like testing your skills inside the game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, very, very technical.
Yeah. Also, it's my least favorite because of that. I find it very frustrating when the bullets won't go into the guns as fast as I want them to.
It's funny you say it. It's hard for me to comment on it, with especially my shenanigans on Reddit, how I just do the all friggin' Red Dead Redemption reload with the single actions.
Yeah, I think you've got quite the reputation as a gunslinger of unparalleled skill.
Yeah, well, that's why I have 1,058 hours, so, you know.
Yeah. So let's get into the tier list here. If you're watching this and you haven't seen any of my other videos, we assume that the run is a spawn lock, standard health, 5-hold run in hallways. You get 3 rerolls on the starting weapon, but after that, you got to finish with as high a score as possible. No restarting if you have a bad hold or get a bad weapon. The tiers mean S tier. You are instantly snapping it up if you see it in the shop. F tier is you are never buying it for any reason. A tier, you're pretty happy about it. On down, C and D might have a utility to them, but you're not really happy to buy it to shoot it as a gun.
Right.
So, we're starting out with our first portion of vegetables before we get to our fun guns that we get to talk to with the attachments. Oh, I just realized I am not streaming to you, so you can't see what I see. Give me just a second here. Screen. There we go.
All right.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yep, I can see it now.
All right. Great. Jumping back in. All right. The first attachment, the bayonet. Are you ever buying the bayonet?
Absolutely not. Not doing the bayonet at all.
People in that time might have still been doing bayonet charges. You're not interested?
I've tried it a few times when I was first playing Calico. It's not worth it. Reasons, of course, when we get a little bit later in the discussion as to why, it'll start making sense because, well, I don't want to spoil it too soon, but no, I don't. Bayonets, no. I mean, including melee weapons, too.
Yeah, I think that's an easy throw right over there. The stock. I don't think there are many opportunities to put a stock on a weapon. Are you ever grabbing it, though?
Okay, here's what's funny. In classic hallways, no. I don't even do the stock at all. I know there's people that do early on. I don't. Mm-hmm. Not at all.
Yeah, I think there's no automatic weapons in the pool, so I think it's a lot less attractive.
The only use it has is Northeast Dakota. And of course, this is classic hallways, so it's redundant to really move it anywhere else up the tier.
Yeah, I agree. The silencer, though, the suppressor, are you getting that?
Nope. Not in any mode.
6 points is very expensive.
It's extremely few and far in between where its uses come out. If you are, again, applies only Northeast Dakota on the lever action rifles to clear up the smoke. But how often are you going that far to shoot at a distance? Not very much with the lever guns.
Yeah. On to our second helping of vegetables here with the Powerup Sausages. Let's start with the health dog. I think that one's a pretty easy one. Where does the health dog go?
Very situational on that one. Very, very situational. I can't even recall a time I've actually ever rolled it. So I'm going to put that one F.
Yeah. If you're still rolling that, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. The bullet dog, though.
You just... I'm sorry.
Where does it go?
I would say put that directly up to S tier. That's a given. Because the infinite ammo later state, well, actually, if you get infinite ammo on hold 3, which would be amazing, you're going to need that on hold 3. Because you get to some of those nodes, if we're talking seed 8, that is, you're talking some of those nodes that are far away, and if you miss, you got to just sit there and just keep firing at it until you hit it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, hold 3 definitely, and then later stages definitely you want to have the ammo dog. And even with the quad damage actually is extremely helpful even if you don't get the infinite ammo one.
When would you use the quad damage if you were using one of the like 32 caliber guns or something?
Funny enough, you would actually want to use it if you got a shotgun with number 4 buckshot.
Oh, that's when you use it.
So I can't confirm this as of yet, but when I had the one hit hold, and I know when I have the spawn lock one standard, I had quad damage, and I want to say it gives you a point boost on some of the sausages you blast, but I can't confirm that. But I do know that twice when I took the leaderboards, I had quad damage popped, and both times, I took number 1. So the other uses quad damage has is, of course, getting rid of the barriers relatively quick, but say like bounty hunters, which are the ones that have the lever action guns, they tend to be more bullet spongy. So Yeah, quad damage does help later.
The point bonus would be news to me, but maybe we can start a new superstition here.
I would have to delve into it. It seemed that way. Like I said, it seemed that way when it took the number one for both one hit and standard, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful against. Look, I don't know if it's period accurate, but some of those hats that these sausages wear in Calico, I swear to God, they're bulletproof.
Yeah, it's like I said, when you get to the bounty hunters, that's the one with the top hats. The
Mm-hmm.
sheriffs are not a big deal. It's the bounty hunters that are, putting it bluntly, and they're really fucking annoying to deal with. That top hat is so that top hat will absorb just about any kind of bullet except for the what is it? The bolt action and the Model 8.
Okay. The melee dog, the muscle meat. Do you value the muscle meat at all?
You can just put that in fun tier.
Fun tier. The last specific dog, the shield dog.
Oh, let's see. I would put that one. I'd put that one in B.
It's nice to be able to ignore the Sosig shooting at you to clear an encryption, but
Yeah,
it's not going to help you clear it super as fast as this one.
no, no, absolutely not. The shield, the only time it ever go higher is if this is one hit, which is not in standard. It's not that critical. It helps, but not as critical.
Yep. And then the random dog, does it go right in the middle? You can get a Cyclops. How do you feel about the Cyclops personally?
I hate the Cyclops. I hate it so much.
Finally,
Um,
someone who admits that the Cyclops sucks and makes it so you can't see anything.
that's the issue. It does the exact opposite in Calico, as far as I have found. Because again, we're talking a mode where your hits count. You got to be quick and you got to be accurate. Is all about accuracy and speed. And when you have that, just clouds your vision and you can't see for jack diddly. So, me
Yeah.
personally, I would put that. I would actually no, that can roll everything. I'd put that in C.
Yeah. Middle of the road. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Who knows? Oh, and I almost forgot the grenade. Are you buying a grenade?
Normally, no, but you're gonna laugh at this one. That actually does have it does have a use when it comes to hold 4 and 5.
Really?
um, so you know the cheesing where you could just shoot the fuse.
Uh huh.
So some would argue against this one. I would put it in B. The reason why is you can actually use the dynamite as like a trap, and you could shoot the fuse. Like you could put the dynamite at one of the doorways
Mm-hmm.
or you could put it in where the Sosigs would gather, and you could shoot it, and it would ignite the fuse. And dynamite has such a huge blast radius that you could clear them all out in one go. And I mean, you're not always going to want to roll the dynamite. If you could roll it, I mean, well, how do I word this here? If you got all the proper equipment, yeah, I'll roll dynamite, and then you can do that. Just throw it in the middle of the room, let them all congregate in that one area, shoot it, and then it'll just take them out in one go.
Okay.
And the other thing with dynamite too is, I mean, you can still shoot the fuse, but again, coming back to hold 4 and 5 on seat 8, you could shoot the fuse, throw it down the stairs, and just go to the other section, if that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That does make sense on that one. All right. So we are going to hold one. Most of the time, I think out of the box, we have a single action revolver of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And we get to the shop, and the only two things we can have is a different single action revolver, maybe, or a rolling block rifle. Which one of those two are you happy to see?
More happy to see the single action revolver. And I would actually put that one all the way up at A. The reason why I would put that one up at A is it's having to do with the economy. You could pretty much get through most of the holds up until, let's see. Funny enough, you get through most of them up until hold 4 when you kind of want to get a better gun.
Yeah, yeah, you start getting overwhelmed if you're reloading revolvers. I'll tell you, because I really don't like reloading, like single action loading gate revolvers, my strategy for Calico is just to get like 3 or 4 of these things and just fill my pockets and only reload after the hold's over.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. You can get multiple of them, and the getting the single actions, it's actually rolling them is a lot more reliable than a few other guns I can name of, which we'll come across here in a moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. However, if you were instead to see the rolling block rifle,
F tier.
boom.
Only applies North Dakota, which is not F
Yeah.
tier.
Yeah, because then you can get the what is it, the Creedmoor with the scope, right? Or the
Creedmoor,
Martini Henry.
Yeah, Martini Henry. Yeah, you got the Martini Henry, which, yuck. There's the Quigley Down Under rifle, and I don't remember the name. You could get that one. That one's actually easier to load, but even then,
Yeah, yeah. One big bullet's not going to really help you too much in hallways.
nah, not really.
All right. We're through hold 1. We're coming up to hold 2. We enter that first shop and we see the rolling block rifle. I don't think this got any better. How about you?
Nope, it did not.
Does the single action revolver lose any of its prestige, or is it still up at A?
It's still up at A.
Yeah. I'm still filling my pockets with these things like I'm a little pack rat.
Exactly.
But we get our first new weapon here with the break action shotgun.
I would have to put this one at D. It's very seldom I roll that because so the double barrel shotgun, yeah, I could take the Sausages out easier, but the trouble is with the double barrel, you're spending 2 points.
Yeah.
And of course you only get 1 back. And it really doesn't have all that use in hallways. It does in the other big map. If it was in the big map, it would actually be at S tier, which is North Dakota. But hallways, not D.
Okay. And we get our lever action rifle as well.
I would have to say C on this one.
Really? You're not a fan of the lever action rifle roll?
The reason why I say C on this one is you only have, what is it? There's 6 of them. I think there's 6. It might be a little bit more than that. But it's like what is one of them? It's like a 20% chance that you might get the ones that don't have the buckhorn sights. The problems are the ones with the buckhorn sights and the sawed-off one. Because majority of the time you're going to get those ones, and aiming with those are a major pain in the butt because the sights are so small.
Right.
Now, what is the other working for here? Now, they might have some ammo capacity to them, don't get me wrong, and they make it easier dealing with the Sausages when it comes to hold 2 and hold 3. But unless you could get I don't remember the rifle is, it's chambered in 44 Magnum or the Henry, unless you get those, I mean, yeah, that'd be great. But most of the time, you're going to get the ones with the buckhorn sights, and including myself, have trouble aiming with them. Yeah, no, they're going to go ahead and see.
That's interesting because these probably have the highest capacity, right?
Which is correct. They have the highest capacity.
But if you can't hit with them.
Yep, if you can't hit with them. And I've played with them so many times. I went on North Dakota to snipe for the hell of it, just open sights. It is not a science with those buckhorns.
Yeah, just kind of a guessing game there.
Yeah, and then, the Henry and the I think it's the 1894 is the 44 Magnum. Much easier to aim because the sights are bigger and you can hit stuff.
Yeah. Slight tangent here. How do you feel about rolling different ammo types in Calico What are you hoping to get on all of these different weapons?
Funny you mention that. I don't know. The only time I ever roll for ammo types are some of the later guns. And the only ones I really roll ammo for are the shotguns. That's it. That's the
Okay.
only ones I really roll ammo for.
Mm-hmm. What are you hoping to get with the shotgun?
Number 4 buckshot.
Number 4 for the spread.
Yeah, number 4 buckshot for the spread and for the pellet count.
Mm-hmm.
And most people might not like it because of the pellet count. It's a lot smaller. It might not hit as hard as they want it to. But there's these little things called hardens, and for some reason, number 4 just
Yep.
doesn't care.
Number 4 is like the best tool across all the characters for killing encryptions fast.
Indeed. Indeed it is.
All right. We're back on the road now. We're going into hold 3. We have three new guests here. But first, let's return to our lever action. Is it still in C tier, or does it lose a little bit of shine?
It would be D tier. It would be
Okay.
D tier on hold 3.
All right. We still don't like our rolling blocks. Why is it
Nope.
still here? Stop asking me.
Pretty much.
We have our lever action shotgun, which has a pool of 1.
Now this is where it's going to get a little interesting. So the lever action, which is a 50-50, you either get the long barrel or you get the short barrel. Both of them are still quite useful.
Mm-hmm.
Reloading it, on the other hand, different story. Not as friendly. That one I would put actually at A.
Okay. I can never get the dang thing to stay open when I'm trying to load it, but I think that's a me problem.
Yeah, A is because, I mean, yeah, if it's there, yeah, roll it for hold 3 because you're going to need it. But just got to keep in mind that when it comes to reloading it, you got to or you either open the action or you do the cheese reloading, which you holster it and then you just shove the shells in the gun. They just magically go in.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I'm learning things now too.
Yeah, the 1887s, you can, if you holster it, you can reload that way, and you can also ghost load it. The way you ghost load is that you just hold on the top of the touchpad, and you jiggle the controller a little bit till you hear the action like click. Then you gotta have a sling. You gotta have the sling lock, by the way, to do this. But you jiggle the action, let it sling lock, and then you can ghost load it, so it can have a total of 7.
Oh, interesting. All right, classic controller guys. There you go. You can shove an extra shell in there.
And while this is all handy, you got to remember that you got to holster it. So when it comes to your peripherals, you're always having to look down at the gun.
Yep. True. We're looking at the pump action. The pump action, you can get the hammerless or the trench. How do they stack up?
I had to think this one for a big majority of my day because I hate the hammerless with a passion.
Really?
But there's a reason. I hate the hammerless with a passion, but I absolutely love the trench gun. And thinking about it, I've decided to put this at S.
Oh, our first S tier.
The reason is of course the pump actions are going to be more reload friendly than the lever gun.
Mm-hmm.
But where the hate is coming from the hammerless, well, every time I've used the hammerless, you have to have your arm further out than you do the trench gun, which doesn't seem like anything, but that is the only pump action shotgun I've had to put my arm way out because you can easily short stroke it. Like you go to pump and then you throw forward and you just hear click.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, it's just the hammerless that's that way. Everybody else is okay. The hammerless, nah, no.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem to short stroke a lot.
And the only way to get past that, this trick goes across the board for all pumps, is that instead of like actually pumping like you would with a pump shotgun, if you have a controller, if you just roll your wrist back with your controller, because your controller has a tracking geo. I don't know, it has a tracking geo on it that only tracks for the pump. So if you just roll your wrist back, the pump will go wherever you're rolling it. It's hardly hard for me to explain. I have it in one of my really old videos about how to do this.
Okay.
But that's how you get past the short stroking of the pump shotgun. Well, in this case, the hammerless.
Okay. Yeah, I'll throw up a little video explaining it too. And this is no longer a single action revolver. It is, in fact, a double action revolver. And it is quite pricier than our single point single action revolver. How does it fare?
You're probably going to be surprised by this. F.
F tier. The Gunslinger. No double action revolver.
There's a reason why I say F tier. 4 points is too expensive, and the guns, they literally take 2 to 3 shots to kill the Sausages in this mode.
Really?
And that's just with the double actions. Pretty much your single actions can deal with the Sausages no problem with 1 hit to 2 hit, but double actions, for some reason, it takes 2 to 3, as far as I found.
All right. We're on to hold 4, and we're just flying through these, mostly because I counted all of the guns in this whole pool. There's like 47 or 42, 43 of them. I don't know, something in the 40s. In just the Operator Ori AR pool, there's like 37. So like the Calico weapon pool is so much smaller than all of the other ones.
Careful now, you might give Anton some ideas. It might make Calico even more difficult.
We'll see. Or maybe he'll just give us a new character that only uses black powder weapons.
Shit.
Everyone would suffer. Then you know what? These melees go S tier.
Definitely.
The first character for those to go up there. We're on hold 4. This is the first time we find our bolt actions. How do you feel about the bolt action rifles in this?
Never have rolled them on hold 4.
Yeah, the capacity's not there. I mean, they're not fast enough.
Yeah, they're only good. Again, they're only good for the other map, not good for hallways.
Yep. How's our lever action rifle faring? It fell last time. Does it fall again, or does it stay? Has it landed at D tier?
Nope, it fell even further.
Goodbye, Mr. Lever Action Rifle. We've still got our lever action shotgun, though. We liked it last time. Do we still like it as much?
By hold 4, if don't, well, if that's all you could get at hold 4, it would have to go to S tier.
It's going up to S tier?
Yes, it would be going up to S tier. That's because at that point, you should have the points for it. Because why I say this is if you don't have another gun a little bit later down the line here, yeah, you're going to have another shotgun. More than merrier when it comes to the shotguns, because they get the job done. They get it done way more efficiently.
So it's going up because we really love shotguns at this point. Any shotgun we can get our hands on?
Pretty much.
Okay. By that same logic, does this still stay in S tier?
It does.
And skipping over these for a second, the new semi-automatic shotgun, does that join them?
It does. Without a doubt, that's going to be ahead of every single thing that is in the hold 4 rules. If you can get that over the lever gun, the pump action, absolutely, you're getting the semi-auto. It doesn't matter if it's sawed off. It doesn't matter if it's the auto 5. It outclasses them all.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's optimal. Again, this is not a character that I find myself running a lot. But whenever I get a semi-auto shotgun, I'm married to the thing for the rest of the run.
Yeah, and one other thing to reiterate again on the lever and pumps on hold 4, it's it, if that's all you have as far as what you can buy, yes, that's what you want to buy. If you don't, the semi-auto is not available to you,
Right, but the semi-auto is like super S tier.
it's super S tier. Yeah, that's going to be your workhorse. Even if this wasn't standard hold 5, if it was endless, that's that's your baby.
Okay, so we're putting a ring on the semi-auto shotgun.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm guessing that the double action revolver is staying in fun tier.
Correct.
And what about the newcomer with Mr. Semi-auto pistol?
So this one's going to be C tier. I had to think about this one too. There's only 2 handguns out of that are worthwhile keeping if you can get them. The Luger is obvious because, well, you can get a chance to get the drums.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is the Bergman pistol. Some people might not like the Bergman pistol, but out of all the semi-auto pistols in the game, for some reason, the Bergman round can one-shot pretty much all the Sosigs except for the Juggernauts.
Yeah, a lot, but almost everything else shoots such an anemic cartridge that you're really lacking. What you get in capacity and the ability to reload, you lose by having to put 2 or 3 bullets in every enemy Sosig that you see.
Correct, yeah. It just the Luger and the Bergman, if you can get them, then hey, more the merrier. 1911, can still do it, but it takes like 2 shots still.
Yeah, unless can you get hollows?
No, you cannot get hollows.
Ah, well, there's your problem. You need to
Eh,
invent those first.
It's funny you say that because I have never found the hollows beneficial only in the zombie mode. That's it.
Interesting. Okay, we're on to hold 5, the final hold. We're looking for our final dance partner. Who are we taking?
Oh god, no, yeah, I was gonna say you may as well put that up there.
All right, we're still in love with our semi-auto shotgun. We're still hating our bolt action roll, I'm guessing.
Yep.
The lever action also.
Yep.
This guy, the double action pistol, still goes down. This is the first time, however, we've seen the battle rifle roll. There's only one. It's the Model 8.
So that guy is way too expensive and not worthwhile at hold 5.
It only holds
And
5 rounds, right? It's
it
kind of
only
like
holds
a bolt action that you don't have to bolt.
Yeah, it's a semi-auto. It holds 5 rounds and uses a stripper clip, and it's got a ton of power. Don't get me wrong. It can one-shot all the Sosigs in Cowwiener Calico, but Holloway's completely redundant because you're not hitting anything at long range. And at this point, the shotguns are what matters because again, a mode we're talking about speed and accuracy.
Yep.
Well, when you have the shotguns, accuracy is not as important, but they make a whole difference in the world when it comes to taking out the encryptions.
Yeah. So, where's the battle rifle going?
I would have to be F tier.
Okay. For fun, maybe. And the semi-auto pistol, you put it C tier last time. I'm guessing mostly as an encryption popper, or maybe you get one of those good rolls. How do you feel about it now?
On hold 5, it's going to go straight to F. a lot of these guns on hold 5 will end up going to either F or B or somewhere in there, because at that point, if you got a lot of points, you want to start trying to roll for the semi-auto. Everything else doesn't matter. The semi-auto shotgun you absolutely need.
Yeah. So we still want that semi-auto. How about the pump and the lever shotguns, though? Are those a little bit less valuable because we're hunting so hard?
They're less value, so those at that point would go, I'd say B. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. And we're finishing up here with the mini gun. There's only one, and it is Hand Crank Frank.
Oh, hand crank, Frank, you're so fun. F tier.
F tier.
It's so the only time this gun has a use is endless.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're left-handed, great. If you're right-handed, there's a way to cheese it. I've done it before, and that's the only use is endless. It is useless in 5-hold standard.
Yeah, it's just the lack of being able to aim it really is pretty painful.
Yeah, and it's easy. Well, I don't want to inflate my ego here. It's easy for me to shoot just because, I mean, well, my shenanigans going on Reddit, being able to hip fire and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I generally don't have a problem with it, but overall, yeah, no, you're not going to be rolling this whatsoever.
Yeah, it's not going to get you that high score that your shotguns are going to get you.
I mean, it's only great for being a cover buster. You know, I can bust the covers really quick.
Oh yeah,
45-70, but even then, it's a waste of points.
Yeah, I don't think we should underestimate the ability to destroy cover very quickly. It can be very useful, moving around holds, killing sausages faster. But 12 whole points in order to have a cover buster, that's pretty painful.
Yeah, it's very, very painful.
All right. That's the whole tier list. How do you feel about it?
It's looking pretty good to me.
All right.
I mean, that sums it up. Yeah, it just goes to shows that Calico, it's all about the shotguns.
It's all about the shotguns. Look at that. Look at that. You're only buying revolvers, and then boom, it's shotgun time.
Yeah, the single actions, they're great from start to finish. If you need a backup, there's your backup.
Any final thoughts?
Just reiterating again with Calico that with this mode, again, you got to be very quick. You got to be accurate. You got to be ready once those nodes pop. I mean, you got to be on standby. You got to deal with the sausages quickly. After they get done, you pull out your guns and you start aiming at the encryptions. And once they pop, you just go to town. Just don't waste any time. That's what this mode's all about. And it's how, I mean, of course, that's how I got the #1 spot. But yeah, it's extremely grueling because if you miss one node, oh, does that hurt you?
Yeah. Yeah, then you're back to restart town. Hunting for board spots is especially painful sometimes.
Yeah, it is. It is. I used to be heavy about it, and every now and then I go back to Calico and take a look, and I might get a wild hair and still try my hand at it. But yeah, it's pretty grueling.
All right. Do you want to plug anything?
Yeah, I am starting to dip into the Twitch, very slowly. I don't really have like a set schedule, so I'm slowly dipping into the Twitch, and I'm hoping to, well, and hopefully at some point here that the new character will be out, in which I will be streaming very so often when he drops, and then of course when the new map drops. So.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to that. I'll have your Twitch in the description. But other than that, I've been Hoyt.
And AK Venom.
Have a nice day, everybody.